Welcome, my radiant and resplendent Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sanctuary for deciphering the language of the stars and unlocking the infinite power that resides within your burning solar hearts. If the universe has guided your finger to click on this very video, do not, I repeat, do not let your attention waver for even a second. Pause with me. Can you feel that the air around you is vibrating with the specific, undeniable intensity? You are here because your soul, in its infinite knowing, froze your scrolling finger. Your intuition, that ancient lion inside of you, sensed a frequency in this thumbnail and whispered, "Listen." And I need you to breathe slowly with me right now. Inhale and exhale, because what I am about to share with you is the key to understanding the storm you have just walked through. My beautiful Leo, before we unveil the magnitude of this victory, I ask you to make a sacred commitment to your own growth right now. The universe rewards those who claim their blessings with intention. So do me a favor, pause, smash that like button to seal your energy into this circle of protection. And if you haven't yet subscribed to Cosmic Wisdom, so you never miss the guidance meant for your royal path. And right now, in the comments below, I want you to anchor yourself in this moment by typing, "I am the ruler of my own energy." Let the universe know you are listening. Now let us speak the truth that has been waiting for you. My dear Leo, you are here because you have just performed an act of spiritual surgery, and you may not have even realized the precision with which you moved. You have just severed the head of a serpent that was coiled in the grass of your generosity. There was an energy, a person, or perhaps a situation that carried a subtle poison, a venom hidden behind a smile, behind a compliment, behind a mask of friendship. And just as they reached out to siphon your brilliant light one last time, the laws of karma snapped their intentions in half. Your soul felt the danger before your logical mind could even process the red flags. You didn't lash out. You didn't let out that famous Leo roar that shakes the earth. No, you did something far more powerful, far more terrifying to the dark. You stepped back. You went silent. You withdrew your warmth. And that, my friends, that tiny instinctive recoil was enough to decapitate the darkness that had been feeding on your sunshine. The great mystics have always said, the sun does not need to fight the shadow. It simply shines and the shadow vanishes. And Leo, this is exactly what has transpired. You didn't fight, you didn't argue, you didn't waste your precious breath exposing them. You simply existed in your sovereign truth. You reclaimed your throne by refusing to engage. And that refusal was the blade that cut the cord. The universe has been moving behind the heavy velvet curtains of reality, rearranging the stage to protect you. It used your silence as a shield. It used your sudden desire for solitude as a fortress. Whether you know it or not, you just walked away from a karmic trap designed to drain your vitality, to dim your shine, and to pull you into a chaos that was never yours to carry. someone tried to weave a tangled web around your big, beautiful, giving heart. They tried to exploit your loyalty, your desire to see the best in everyone. But they forgot one fundamental truth. Ishio is guided by the sun itself, and nothing can remain hidden when the light is fully turned on. When you stepped out of that dynamic, the illusion they had built began to crumble. Have you noticed it? Have you seen how their narrative is unraveling? The reason is simple. Your light was the only thing making them look good. Your presence was the battery powering their mask. The moment you unplugged, their true face was left exposed in the cold, harsh light of day. Ancient wisdom teaches us that when the heart is pure, poison cannot take root. You purified your kingdom by closing the gates. That is why you have felt lighter these last few days. Have you felt it? A sudden release of pressure in your chest, a clarity in your dreams, a sharpness in your instincts. That is the feeling of a heavy parasitic energy being dissolved from your aura. But here is a perspective you may not have considered, a deeper truth that brings us to the core of your purpose. You didn't just protect yourself, Leo. You unknowingly acted as a guardian for the collective. By cutting off this supply, by refusing to feed the beast, you protected someone else who would have been the next victim. The universe used your strength as a barrier. You were the firewall. This is the power of the lion. You protect the pride even when you think you are just walking alone. This is why you are seeing this message. Your silence was the moment the snake lost its fangs. When you stopped explaining yourself, when you stopped seeking closure from people incapable of honesty, the illusion shattered. Now, the energy that tried to manipulate you is starving. They can no longer access your vibrational field. They can no longer warm themselves by your fire. You closed a karmic loop that was meant to keep you running in circles for another year. You shattered a timeline of mediocrity and stepped onto the golden path of your true destiny. Can you feel that chill down your spine? That is not fear. That is the resonance of truth. That is your spirit guides applauding. That is the universe confirming that the war you didn't even know you were fighting has been won. But don't go anywhere, my beautiful souls. The next part of this download is critical. We need to understand why this happened now and who this energy really was, so you never let them back in. If you are still with me, you have been chosen to receive this activation. Affirm it again. Type, "I claim my protected timeline," to lock this reality in. Like this video to amplify the protective shield around our community. Now let's dive deeper into the astrology of this moment, because the sky has been screaming your name. Nothing about this separation was random. The planets have been orchestrating this liberation for weeks. You, dear Leo, are ruled by the sun, the center of our solar system. When Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and absolute truth, moved into opposition with your sign sitting in Aquarius, it began a profound interrogation of your relationships. Pluto opposite your sun is the cosmic detective. It shines a penetrating X-ray light into the people standing across from you. It strips away the pleasantries, the social niceties, and the masks. It forces you to see the skeletal truth of people's intentions. That sudden moment where you looked at someone you've known for a long time and thought, wait, who are you really? That was Pluto. You didn't imagine that shift. You perceived the energetic reality. Pluto ensures that once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. At the same time, we have Saturn, the Lord of Karma, moving in a way that demands maturity and boundaries. Saturn has been testing your boundaries, asking you, Leo, do you love yourself enough to say no? Do you value your light enough to stop casting it before those who do not respect it? Someone in your orbit has been operating from a place of deep ego and deception. Saturn finally applied enough pressure that their mask cracked. Did you notice their energy becoming inconsistent? 1 minute hot, the next minute cold, 1 minute praising you, the next minute making a subtle dig at your confidence. That was Saturn shaking the foundation to show you it was built on sand. And let us not forget Neptune, the planet of fog and mirrors, squaring your energy. This creates a heightened sensitivity. Your psychic senses have been dialed up to 11. You picked up on the jealousy, the envy, the manipulation long before it manifested in words. You felt the off-key note in the symphony of your life. All of this cosmic pressure pushed you into a phase I call the royal detachment. This is when a Leo realizes that their time and energy are the most valuable currency on Earth, and they stop spending it on bad investments. This wasn't a punishment, my friends. This was a graduation. You were being tested. Will you protect your throne, or will you let the jester sit on it? The moment you chose yourself, the karmic cord snapped, the snake recoiled, and then Jupiter, the planet of expansion and divine justice, opened the gates. Jupiter loves a Leo who knows their worth. Under this influence, anyone who tried to deceive you is being illuminated. And notice this, they are often exposing themselves in public ways. You don't even have to say a word. Their own chaotic actions are betraying them. Your departure was a direct strike to their ego. They thought they had you under control. They thought your kindness was weakness. They thought your loyalty was blind. But they forgot that a lion is only a kitten until it decides to wake up. You walking away was karma walking in. Those red flags you saw, those weren't coincidences. That uncomfortable feeling in your gut when you agreed to meet them. That dream where you were lost in a dark house. That sudden headache when their name popped up on your phone. Those were spiritual alarms. That was your soul screaming, "Abort mission, danger ahead." And you listened. Oh, I am so proud of you, you listened. Even when your heart wanted to stay, even when you doubted your own perception, something deeper steered you to safety. Because of this spiritual victory, you have officially entered what I call the Guardian timeline. This is a frequency where your intuition is your shield and your silence is your sword. You are being lifted to a higher vantage point where the low vibration tactics of others can no longer touch the hem of your garment. If you are feeling this resonance, if your heart is beating a little faster, comment, "I step into my guardian timeline to anchor this shift." Now, we must address the difficult question. Who was it? Who was the snake in the garden? As I speak these words, a face is already floating to the surface of your mind. Don't push it away. Trust that recognition, that subtle tightening in your solar plexus. That is your body remembering the trauma of their presence. This person was the one who made you feel drained even after a good conversation. The one who always had a crisis that needed your light to fix. The one who asked about your life, not to celebrate you, but to measure themselves against you. Leo, you shine naturally. You don't try to shine, you just are. And this person, they have been quietly suffocating in their own jealousy of your natural glow. Not of your money, or your car, or your job, but of your essence. They were jealous of how you walk into a room and the energy shifts. They were jealous of how people are drawn to your warmth. They wanted to be close to you, not to love you, but to study you. They wanted to figure out how you do it. They wanted to siphon off a little bit of your magic for themselves. They were the energy vampire disguised as the helpful friend. Baba Vanga, the great mystic, once said, "The eyes will tell you what the tongue tries to hide." Think back. Was there a moment when you caught them looking at you with a cold, flat stare? Just for a split second before the smile plastered back on, that was the mask slipping. That was the real entity looking out. When you withdrew, they didn't panic because they missed your friendship. They panicked because they lost their fuel source. You were the emotional battery charging their life. Without you, they have to face their own darkness, and that is the one thing they are terrified to do. This is likely a karmic connection from a past life, my dear Leo, a soul you have danced with before. In a previous timeline, they may have betrayed you, or perhaps you gave your power away to them to keep the peace. In this lifetime, the test was simple. Would you break the pattern? And you did. You ended a cycle that may have spanned centuries. The person who tried to manipulate you will soon slip up. They will reveal their nature to the very people they tried to turn against you. Karma is precise. It does not miss. You don't need to lift a finger. The universe is balancing the scales of justice, and as a Leo, you know that justice is blind, but she sees everything. So how do we know? How do we really know that the danger has passed? The signs are all around you, appearing like little love notes from the cosmos. Think back to the moment you made the decision to cut them off. Didn't the air in the room suddenly feel different? Didn't the colors seem a little brighter? That was the immediate release of karmic density. And then look at the numbers. Have you been seeing 111? That is the number of new beginnings and manifestation. It means your thoughts are creating your reality rapidly now that the blockage is gone. Have you seen 888? That is the Lion's Gate energy, the sign of infinite abundance returning to you. Or perhaps 1212, a sign that you are protected by your angels. These aren't random digits, they are encoded messages. The universe is whispering, "Good job. You are safe. Proceed. And your dreams, oh the dreams of a Leo, are powerful things. Have you dreamt of water, deep dark oceans, clearing up to become sparkling blue pools? Have you dreamt of losing your keys and then finding them? Or perhaps dreams of animals, wolves, lions, or even snakes moving away from you? These are symbols of your psyche, processing the victory. The snake leaving your dream space means the deception has left your waking life. But the biggest sign is the return of your creativity. Leo is the sign of creation. When you are drained by a toxic person, your creativity dries up. But lately, have you felt the spark returning? A desire to dress up again, a desire to create art, to sing, to reorganize your home, to start a new project. That is your life force returning to its rightful owner, you. Furthermore, you are going to see a shift in your physical reality. When we cut a cord with a low vibrational entity, money often flows in. Why? Because money is energy. When your energy is leaking, your finances leak. Watch over the next 14 days. Unexpected income, a new client, a gift, or a sudden resolution to a financial issue is coming. This is the universe reimbursing you for the energy you spent on the wrong person. And let's not forget the protection you offered to others. By exposing this person's absence, you have forced them to show their true colors to the world. You may hear soon that they have tried to pull the same trick on someone else, but because you were no longer there to validate them, the trick failed. You were the linchpin. You removed yourself, and their house of cards fell. My radiant friends, if this is resonating with your soul, if you feel the truth of these words vibrating in your bones, comment, "I claim my sovereign power." Let's lock this in. You have crossed a threshold. You are no longer the same person you were 6 months ago. You have passed the initiation. Many souls do not pass this test. They stay in the toxic cycle out of fear of being alone. They cling to the snake because the snake is familiar. But you were brave enough to walk into the unknown. And because of that courage, you have been promoted. You are stepping into a spiritual ranking reserved for the queens and kings of the zodiac who understand that their light is a sacred trust. You are now in the royal timeline. Your ancestors are standing behind you, a legion of light, hand on your shoulder. Can you feel them? They are so proud. They are whispering, "Finally." The cycle is broken. The universe is now rushing to fill the void you created. But it won't fill it with trash. It will fill it with treasure. A new connection is coming towards you. A benefactor, a soulmate, a mentor, or a true friend who matches your new vibration. They could not enter your life while the snake was blocking the door. But the door is open now. This new person will not drain you. They will feed you. They will not compete with you. They will celebrate you. They will not be jealous of your sun. They will bask in it and shine their own light back. Within the next 2 weeks, expect a confirmation, a message, a chance encounter, or a piece of news that confirms you dodged a bullet. It will be undeniable. You will look at the sky and say, "Thank you." So my beautiful Leo, stand tall. Fix your crown. It was slipping, but now it is firm. You have weathered the storm, you have silenced the serpent, and you have reclaimed your kingdom. Go forth and roar not with anger, but with the joy of a soul set free. I love you, I honor you, and I will see you in the next update. You are unstoppable.